好了，咱会2025年大会啊，开始吧。
We're so used to this, me and Ghost. Alright. Ghost just kind of told me to go, so I don't think this game needs an introduction, so we'll talk about it while the run's going on. I'll give you a countdown, though. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, this is Magic Tower game. Well, not another Magic Tower game. It's not like any of the other ones. Very, very unique fan game. Very popular. Getting a sequel. We all love that. So the concept of this is it's familiar to old games, Magic Tower style games like Tower of the Sorcerer. Basically, you have stats, you go around, you fight the monsters. But generally there's not these battles, it's just kind of like you touch a monster and then a predetermined thing happens based on your stats. While combining it with I Want to Be the Guy and, you know, a whole bunch of memes and all that stuff. We're adding some platforming, we're adding some actual boss encounters. It's a whole lot. It's really a one-of-a-kind fan game. I started this run really not much going on. I'm just gonna do the famous Super F that everyone knows. Oh, I really thought I could first try that. But yeah, this fan game is very hard. And it lets the difficulty be very present from the very start. I think you can probably get away with not doing this Super F, but I mean, you gotta do it. There we go. This red slime here, I'm trying to shoot it in the back. I have, like, timed that very precisely. Been doing pretty good at getting that. But yeah, hold on, let me get my chat up. There we go. So the stuff that I'm collecting, there's obviously keys. The colored keys open the corresponding colored door. There's the blue gems, which increase my defense, and there's the red gems, which increase my attack. So before I can even fight a monster, I need to have more attack than it has defense. So getting red gems is very important. The defense just dictates how much damage you take when you do get hit, because you actually do have HP in this game, and you can take hits. Except for Needle. Needle does not care about your defense. Needle will just say goodbye. Here we're going to do this corner, if I can, to open this secret door. So there's a bunch of secret doors around random walls that you can take advantage of. On a first playthrough you wouldn't know where they are, but obviously I know everything. I've played this game many times now. We just passed by floor 2. You'll see a lot more of floor 2 later, but for now we're just gonna go straight to floor 3 and move on. The goal of this floor is actually a little weird. You have to defeat these 4, like, red slimes in the corners. Well, like, not in the corners, in the cardinal directions. Ooh, the small bat. It kind of aims at you pretty aggressively. You'll be seeing it a couple times. Here's another one. So yeah, I think the main goal for this speed run, obviously this is not my route. This is, well, okay, it's kind of my route, but it's basically just Nader's route, which is, I think, Thunda's route that he made for the tasks. I think I have, like, one difference in the route, that's basically it. But the main goal of the route is basically just get as much attack as possible before you actually have to fight something. So yeah, we get rid of the last red slime there, and now we can move on to floor 4. A couple more red bats, blue bats. We're gonna go down here. Now you might notice, if you're familiar with this game at all, you should know that normally that's a plane. This is just a version of the game Ghost gave to me. It has a couple needle nerfs. For the most part, don't worry, this run will still be way under world record, because Nader is insane. Yeah, this is basically like the unfinished final version of Magic Tower 1. It's not very different from the currently live version. I'm also excited for Magic Tower 2. So yeah, floor 4 we're basically just doing a full clean sweep of. Get the align. We'll do a fight with the Slime King on the way out. This is the only time you'll see this boss because it's not very fast. But we do want that defense gem. To do damage to this guy, you have to kill all of its slimes. That's not the one I was expecting to shoot, but that's a welcome surprise. And here is Stone. I believe this is also the only time you'll see Stone, so say hi, say bye. In the early game, there's definitely a couple of monster encounters that, like, we only do once and then we find a way to just never have to do it again. This is not one of them, the Orc Swordsman. A lot of these early encounters are also pretty simple, thank God. Okay, here we're just going to take that, open the hidden wall next to it. And then we can actually do the rest of floor 5. Yeah, I'm also getting a couple level ups. Each level up gives you a different amount of stats, or sometimes level up will also give you keys. For the most part, I don't have to worry about them too much. There's a couple like specific points at which I really want like a level up, or like the XP is like very neatly calculated to get level ups at certain areas, and I'll highlight those as we get them. For the most part, in the early game, stuff just kind of happens. It all happens so fast. The bat, you'll see it again. Here's the Junior Mage. Honestly, one of the like most iconic early encounters. The spread of knives is pretty hard to dodge. Alright, we just wanted to get those enemies out of the way. Now we go back down to do Secret 1. If I can... There we go. That was weird. And now I can take that XP for free. Yeah, when you have more defense than an enemy's attack, there's no fight with them. You just kind of touch them and nothing happens. You just get the XP for free. So there's also a couple of calculations on how much defense we want for that. And I'm going to go pick up this attack over here. And hopefully not fail to jump out. There we go. I'm doing that on the plane jumps. Right, now I should be doing 3 damage to the FASF. Yep. Perfect. So this is not going to be a 3-cycle FASF. Yeah, FASF is a very iconic enemy. A lot of players will remember this as like one of their biggest obstacles, because usually if you're just doing very traditional routing, you're going to be fighting this guy with only 1 damage. And also it's the name of the event. Thanks to awesome routing not done by me, thankfully we do get to do this guy with 3 attack. It's a much faster kill. Except if I miss a shot. So I missed a shot, so I like this fight, you know, we're doing it again. That's a silly mistake. There we go. We're not fighting anyone, we're just going to trade in a secret 1. So this game has 3, well, it calls them secrets. You'll see secret 1, well, this is secret 1. You'll see secret 2 in about like 10 minutes tops, and then you won't see secret 3. Because it's so far into the game that you just don't get anything from it. It's just kind of a fun puzzle area. You might see it after the run. I might show it off. There's just a needle screen with a bunch of triggers. That's secret 1. And the only reward you get from this is that paper up top. It's actually one of the tougher needle screens in the whole game, so I actually do have to game a little bit. There we go. Get up. Oh, come on. Get up there. Alright, as you can see, I think there's like... That might be the only ledge in the whole game. It's not an easy screen by any measure. A little awkward jump there, too. And then just a classic frame perfect re-jump. There we go. I'm going to try to get a glitch here. Yeah, you can backspace out of these secrets, and if you backspace at that exact time when the first dialogue box ends, you actually get to just go out of the area for free. Normally you have to fight the Skeleton King there. Is that the right line? There we go. That's a setup for that plane. Yeah, normally you have to fight the Skeleton King there, but he's not worth the XP. So yeah, we give the paper to this, well, it's the fairy's note. We give it back to the fairy on floor 0. She leaves because she doesn't care anymore. And we get to pick up the green key behind her. You can see the keys in the bottom left. That's how many keys I have. You can also see the rest of the stats, but not to care too much about that. Mostly just the keys. The green key is generally the most important key. It is the rarest and it unlocks the most stuff. Such as the majority of floor 2. This is floor 2, a very iconic floor. This has some really hard sections, and it also has a lot of treasures. I'm going to go up here, pick up this 2 attack, miss the exit, try again. That's it. We're just going to head out. We'll be coming back here pretty often. There we go. Throughout the run. I think we make like 5 visits. Ooh, I should have put my... Wow, my game is really lagging a lot on saves right now. Alright. So now we're doing fast with 5 damage. It's a 2 cycle. Much faster. The whole goal of this is to just make every single encounter as short as possible. Yeah, if I don't have enough attack to beat an enemy's defense stat, you'll see they're like marked as red, and they do just kind of kill you instantly. They're basically just a giant spike. Yeah, attack is definitely the most important stat. It unlocks more fights, and so more area. Floor 6. Full of conveyors. Oh, I couldn't get the fast kill. There we go. Gonna be doing this floor in chunks. For now, our main goal is to just get to the Yellow Knight. He has some beautiful attack gems that I want. And by gems, I mean 1 gem. And the way to get to him with all these conveyors in the way is kind of a... It's a long way around, let's just put it that way. The kid gets by, you know, no, you just kind of lose health. It's not optimal, let's put it that way. I'm getting close to the fast kill, but I'm not getting it. There we go. And you'll be seeing a lot of these early encounters quite a lot. It takes a lot of defense to skip these, and I'm not sure we actually ever get that defense. Ah. So I did say, like, you can, you know, you have HP, you can take hits. For a lot of this run, I'll be trying to avoid hits. There's a couple places where I don't care if I get hit. But for the most part, if I get hit, it's a bad thing. So we're going to be avoiding it. Because there's a couple spots that require a certain amount of HP to progress in the route. So yeah, 3 damage on the Yellow Knight, that's exactly what we want. And this is the only time you really get to see like all of the Yellow Knight's attacks. Hey. Hey. There we go. We're gonna finish the roundabout by fighting the skeleton. No, you do not get HP back between fights, so... Like, that's kind of the whole thing. If I'm getting hit, then I permanently lose HP, and I do have to either live with that or move on. Now, I need to look at my notes. I have some notes up on the side that I forgot to open, so let me take a look at them. Right, okay, so yeah, we're just going here. That's what I thought. I had to make sure. So now we should be doing 9 damage to the FASF, which means we can just instantly kill it. So now FASF is a complete, like, freebie, and we don't have to care about it too much. Here's the junior guard. He throws keys around. They're not nice keys. They do damage. And what is he guarding? He's guarding Secret 2. So this is kind of a puzzle-ish sort of area. You have to get these in a... So I'm trying to make a shape here with the blocks in the middle. And, you know, the guy at the start, he tells you like a riddle and you have to solve it and stuff like that. Obviously, I already know the answer, so I know exactly which blocks to destroy. So I need to shoot the right amount of these. That one and that one. Perfect. And so the bell tolls. And these are wings in the corner. Actually, an incredibly important item. Yeah, we're setting the clock to 3 o'clock. That's basically what we're doing here. And we get a green key for that. Green key, awesome. But more importantly, we're actually also here for these wings. So there's 3 types of wings in the game. There's a downstairs wing, there's an upstairs wing, and there's an inverse position wing. I forget what it's called. Yeah, the downstairs wings brings you down 1 floor. The upstairs wings brings you up 1 floor. And the reverse position, you'll see it when it's going to come in like in 2 hours. But I'll explain it as I use it. Yeah, each of these wings, you need to use one of them at like very specific points in the run. Am I going back to 2? Nope, I'm going up. The early game in particular is very, like, we're going up and down a lot between floors, so that's why I have the notes. To, like, remember what I'm doing. Oh yeah, there's many ways to just completely, like, get hard locked in this game. If you don't have enough HP for certain sections, then you cannot continue. If you don't have enough keys for a certain section, then you can't continue either. If you don't know what you're doing, this is not a forgiving game. But thankfully, I know what I'm doing. Here's floor 7. We're not going to be doing a whole lot of this floor. I'm going to be leaving it for later, mostly. I'm just going to do the right side. Pick up a couple attack gems and then head back down. I want this line. Right, how many attempts is it? Okay, not a lot. I'm doing pretty good on the needle so far. I'm sure it'll backfire later in the run. There's a lot of very difficult needle sections. So far, so good. So yeah, we're really just doing this right side. I know we're going back down for quite a while. I'm going to take this skeleton. I want this EXP. And now we're going to go all the way back down to floor 2. And on the way, we're just going to take care of a whole bunch of enemies. Yeah, faster to reset that. Hello, game? You want to save? There we go. Yeah, saves have been taking a while today, so... Probably gonna lose some time over that. Yeah, we're just gonna clean out as much of this floor as we can right now. Because we're aiming for a level up on floor 2. I want to get to level 4. Okay, well that was pretty rude. Yeah, we're destroying these guys now, as you can see. But we still don't have enough defense to get past them, so we do still need to do the encounters. Okay, so that's most of floor 5 done. Nothing to do on floor 4, nothing to do on floor 3. We're going back to floor 2 to explore one of the other pockets. We kind of like divide floor 2 in 6 sections. So we're gonna defeat this guy. We couldn't defeat him earlier. But we do need those guys' EXP. And then we're gonna go down here. Open this up. There we go. And now we don't have to fight these FAFs. So that's a very well-timed level up. We'll make sure we get just as much EXP as we need. Just keep having fighting any of those FAFs. Here's the red bat. It's hard to really explain how this guy works. It just works. So we get to pick up a little attack, a little defense. Now we get to go to one of the most iconic fights in the whole game. Sing along at home if you know the lyrics. This is Yaranaika, the first really boss of the game. It's a 4-minute long avoidance. And I can only take 1 hit. If I take more than 1 hit, I have to reset. So this could be like a pretty big time loss section. Well, that's the one. That's fine. We're allowed to take 1 hit. There's a lot of pattern in this fight, but there's also a lot of RNG, so I just have to make it work. Yeah, that's one of the most dangerous attacks. This is also pretty dangerous. Alright, now we can just stand right here. And a friendly face is about to come in. You can all say hi to this guy. There's a couple of really tough attacks coming up, so let's hope I don't get screwed over. There's a safe spot here. This is the most famous attack. There we go. Another safe spot over here. I was too busy jamming out. Alright, we have to do it again. That's fine, it's a banger. See, I will live if I take 2 hits, but it's not enough HP to do the later sections. Oh my lord. Oh, no, the Kappa is definitely just the Kappa. The other thing is something I have put in, yes. Oh, come on. The intro to this fight is, definitely one of the tougher bits. If I can only take 1 hit, then I am gonna want my hit to be not in the intro, you know? So I might reset a little bit. That's fine. It's a good song. Who doesn't like listening to a good song? Yeah. So that's you know, one of the RNG bursts that can just get you, and there's nothing you can really do about it. That's really close. Yeah. I'd rather not have taken the hit so far. I like to leave it for later, but that's okay. I just have to not get hit. There was a bullet aimed right where my save spot was. I had to pull something out of my hat. I don't know what I was doing there. Okay, if you're trying to do this game without losing any HP, then the early bosses are definitely all kind of a big wall. I like that RNG. I'm not gonna jam out this time. I'm gonna focus and do the dodges. Oh no, Miku! Oh no! Ah! I can't look at that. Oh, thank God. Alright, and that is Yarnaika. A legendary fraggy moment for sure. This is just a safe spot, so I won't get hit. Yarnaika. Woo! And our reward for this is maybe the most powerful object in the game. We get to move around between floors freely now. Don't need to take the stairs anymore. The only restriction is you can't use it to go to a floor you haven't been. Other than that, it'll make backtracking quite a lot easier. Alright, and our reward for doing that avoidance is to do like one of the hardest needle saves in the whole game, right here. This could take a couple minutes. I'm lying, by the way. It'll take a couple seconds. Yeah, that's one segment that you definitely want to do once you get the star, so you can take the quick exit. Here's the Skeleton Elite. Pretty cool fight. Just kidding, it sucks. Nah, I'm kidding. Hey, it worked. You can't complain about my needle strats when they're clearly working, okay? Alright, then we're going down here. So remember, the last time we fought this guy, we only did 3 damage. Now we're doing 17 damage to it, and then it just dies instantly. Alright, now we go back to floor 7. Here's the steal. I think this is one of the places where I just accept if I get hit, like, late in this fight. We only have to fight this guy once, but, it's never a really pleasant time. Thankfully, this patch does make it a little bit better. You can actually see when the bullets are about to blow up. If you get hit by these rocks, though you don't take damage, you just get stunned for a while. I think Steel and Stone are friends. No. Lifelong enemies for sure. Hey. There we go. Alright, thankfully that went well. Steel is a really long fight. Here's the Smiling Slime. I will accept a hit on this because I think it does 2 damage to me. And it also becomes really hard. This guy has HP, but realistically you're never actually going to kill it. And he just dies after he does that. We are on a floor 8 now. Or I like to call it the floor where you do like one enemy 5 times in a row and then you do it again. I hope you like this specific fight. This is the Junior Magician. I really hope you all like this fight because we're going to be doing it for quite a while. We have to do 4 of these back to back. So that's one. Here's the next one. Yeah, floor 8 and floor 9 are just kind of... Well, less so floor 9, but definitely floor 8. It's enemy spam. I'm using a little trick there. You can go through the portals it creates to warp up and get an early hit. So that way you don't have to do 2 cycles of this. Yeah, there's not a lot to talk about in this fight. It's kind of... It is what it is. Thankfully we have enough damage to make it pretty quick. Hidden floor there, so we can get to do 1 more of this guy. Even though we have a couple more damage, we still can't make it any faster. Aw, I took a hit. I definitely can't accept any hits right now. I'm low on health because I took a hit to Yaraneka. And Yaraneka is like, what, 60 damage if you take a hit? So yeah, I'm still fine on health. I won't get locked or anything, but I definitely can't accept anything. Alright, here's the Skeleton Elite again. I have to do 3 of this in a row. It's a little bit faster this time. As long as you actually manage to shoot the head. So what's happening there is basically he's breaking into bones and his head is also flying around. And the sword constantly aims at you. But the head is also bouncing around. And if you actually do get to shoot it, you will do damage during this like bouncing phase. The goal here is just jump back and forth and keep track of the head to get a kill. There we go. Obviously it's hard because you have small bullets and the head is also quite small. And here at the start I'm just resetting. I'm trying to like shoot past this tornado. But sometimes the bullets just won't. There we go. That way I can get 2 hits. Beautiful. Gonna go here, and then back down and back up. One of the best things about the floor transmitter. Oh yeah, that's the skeleton. That's the fight that we skipped earlier. Now he just dies in 2 hits. Let me take this defense. One more loop here. We're doing a lot of like leaving and coming back in. I need to go up here. Alright, now we're gonna go back to floor 6. We're gonna go pick up this defense right next to steel, and that should be enough to, yeah. That gives us just enough defense to skip the steel encounter. Wasn't there something else I had to do? Nope. We're just looking over my notes there. I know. Now we're going to floor 9. That's most of floor 8 done. We'll have to come back in a bit for some extra goodies after we've done a few other things. For now, our goal is to just beeline it straight to floor 10. That's our next big objective. Hey. There we go. Here's the Diao slime. The Diao slime just kind of transforms into other enemies. The yellow eye is a fine enemy, so we'll take it. If you get a bad enemy out of this, you can just kind of reset. This is also a fine enemy. There we go. And now, the cousin to the junior magician, it's the senior magician. Very similar encounter, so... Ideally, you get to go through 2 of those warps that appear there to do like go up twice and deal damage twice. But sometimes RNG doesn't let you do that. And we don't do enough damage to this guy, so we do have to 2-cycle it. Getting a hit on this is truly sad. Alright, first one down, that's good. Unfortunately, now we have to do the exact same thing again. It's a tough part of the run, this one. Yeah, you can get into those warps right before stuff shoots out of them. Aw, damn it. That's why I usually aim it up. Yeah, if all goes well, you can get into the first one that spawns all the way on the right, and also the one that spawns all the way on the left. But you need a good warp to do that. If you get a bad warp, that's not possible. Yeah, if I get warp to the left, then it's not happening. Yeah, every enemy in this game has a related achievement. And for the magicians, it's killing them while shooting through a warp. Well, like when you get teleported up through a warp. Music in this game is so good. I'm just constantly getting teleported to the left, so can't get my 2 shots in. But alright, that wasn't too bad. So now we're just gonna go and open all these doors to get the key, but we're also gonna take a secret exit off the side to go straight to floor 10. On the floor 10, we're just gonna go ahead and say hi to this guy, the thief. And the thief is gonna open the way into the basement. So we're gonna go back to floor 0 and go say hi to him again, and he'll open floor -1 for us. Oh, there it is. But there's this gate right before it. That's a required 100 HP to pass. So that's why we can't take 2 hits to Yaranaika, because otherwise we don't have enough HP to get through that. The Chivas are fun. Here's the basement. It is a very, very iconic section of this game. It is an auto-scroller, and it has some really tough jumps, so let's hope I don't die to it. This is a very easy spot to lose a lot of time on. Okay, got through that. Yeah, you love getting 100%, and by that you mean like 96% or whatever it's called. Alright, one more jump here. Aw. Jumped a little too early. And, yeah, that's the basement. You sit around a lot, and then you do a couple jumps, and then hopefully you make it through. Oh yeah, no, this jump up here and that jump all the way up there, not a fan. Surely I won't die this time, though. See? I just have to make one last transfer. Then we need to not miss the exit. Our rewards. Alright. Now that we got that, we're going to go back to floor 8. Because that amount of attack lets us fight this intermediate guard. I was going to say senior guard, that's not true. The intermediate guard. If you get hit by this tornado, you take like a quadrillion damage, so we're going to try to not have that happen. It's time to get, again, one of the most important items in the game. Is just being guarded by these 2 intermediate guards. So that's why we come here as soon as we can. Oh, beautiful. And this is the double XP coin. So now, whenever we kill an enemy, we get double XP, which is why we haven't been killing any of these things over here. And while we're down here, we're also going to go ahead and do this Senior Magician fight. Take that last attack, because we want as much attack as possible before we go to the second basement. I am just not getting lucky with these warps today. The basement is a pretty cool secret, but there's a second basement level we can actually go if we use one of the wings that we got earlier. We can use the downstairs wing to go down 1 floor from the basement to the true basement. And this is kind of a maze. There's a bunch of HP lying around. We're going to try our best to pick it up. And there's also random enemies. So we will just be getting encounters at random. And we have to defeat 10 random enemies before we are allowed to continue. If we get encounters that we don't like, we're going to reset. Stuff like the magicians just takes so long. Every enemy has a forced 50 health, and we do 11 damage always. Yeah, stuff like the variation skeleton, we are not taking that. The stuff that we definitely want to see is like, you know, the slimes. A green slime, red slime, black slime. A lot of like the earlier enemies, you know, stone's pretty good. Blue Knight... Blue Knight's probably worth taking. No, because you don't have the book yet. Yeah, Senior Mage, we're not taking that. Senior Mage is a super random encounter. Diao is fine. Diao also transforms into something random, so it's like double random. Yeah. The Junior Magician is fine. Or a Mage, rather. Since we're doing this fixed amount of damage, we're basically just looking for things that can take 5 hits pretty quickly. Skeleton Elite could be good. Let's see. Okay, that worked out. There's the green key. These special color keys will come into play later on. Yeah, yellow and I were taking that. So yeah, as that door that says 5, that's the one we gotta go through. So now we've kind of explored everything, we just need to get some good random encounters. You know, fast for not taking that. So we're just gonna move around while staying close to a save point. Try to get some good encounters. Slime King's a really bad encounter. Red Bat's fine, as long as I don't get hit. Yep, I got hit. Yeah, this is... This part of the run is very random how long it takes. One of the better encounters to get. Alright, we gotta do 4 more. Well, if I don't get hit, this is fine. We'll try it. Alright. So 3 more. No, we can't do Blue Knight. Junior Mage is fine, as long as I don't get hit. There we go, 2 more. Nice. Alright, 1 more. We're just gonna farm over here. Oh. Yeah, Junior Guard's fine. We're taking that. Alright, and here's Fashiliu. Like, if you're a beginner, like, Fangame player, then Magic Tower will make you so much better. But Fashiliu is a special fight in that it doesn't matter how much HP you have, you just die in 1 hit. So if I don't do this perfectly, it's a tough one. Thankfully, Fashiliu has a very awesome reward. Yeah, as you can tell, this is based on Geometry Dash. You'll see a lot of very familiar stuff around here. That's also a jammer. So this is kind of like in between an avoidance and a boss. We do have to do damage to this Fashiliu guy. But we're also like damage gated. We can't do some damage past some parts. Alright, that's a tough section. You can get some pretty bad spawns here. Let's hopefully it doesn't happen. Yeah, that's so much damage we can do. Now here's the final phase. We have to do some needle jumps. They're much harder than normal because we're not controlling the movement speed. That's a really tough one. Nice. First try Fashiliu is really good. Some of those jumps that you can get in the final section are really, really tough. So happy that that did not go wrong. Alright, our reward for doing that is the Book of something or another. What that does is it reduces enemy invulnerability frames by half. So we get to do twice as much damage to everything now. It's very awesome. Also, we have a ton of stats. Here's the Blue Knight we talked about earlier. So yeah, the Blue Knights and the Blue Guards are guarding some pretty good power-ups, so I'm going to go through it real quick. The Blue Knights in particular are guarding like I think it's like 7 attack. There's a lot we can do out here with 7 attack. It's a tough encounter though. Doing it fast is pretty tough. No, it's just a stronger attack up than usual. No. That's an item. When you pick it up, it kills you. Nice. I was wondering if that bullet was going to go through. So yeah, a whopping 7 attack there. So now we're really strong against these guys. And yeah, we just shred them. We don't even have to jump over them anymore. 7 defense as well. Alright, now we have to go back down to floor 2. We're going to be cleaning up some of the lower floors. Yeah, when you have less damage, a guard is actually a pretty fun enemy to optimize. I went here too early. Yeah, I'm supposed to go here. Whoops, forgot about that. We're gonna do this variation skeleton over here. I hope you like explosions. Yeah, this game has a lot of pretty loud sound effects. Now that we have the book of having iframes, we can actually do variation skeleton pretty quickly. Yeah, now we don't have to actually fight the bats. Alright, now Senior Mage has... He can pick between 5 attacks. The best ones are water, thank you. And Dark is also really good if we get Dark. But yeah, we get to fully clear out floor 2. It looks so beautiful when it's empty. This was so full at the start of the game and now it's completely empty. Perfect time for some water. Okay, Dark is good as long as I don't get hit. I got hit. I could have taken that. It's only 2 damage, but still, I'm not going to. Yeah, Dark is even faster than water. Wow, we're getting good RNG. You have definitely seen that water geyser in Bashi. Alright, that is fully cleared out floor 2. Now we're gonna do the bottom left of floor 7. Get to pick up this green key. And then not actually fight anything. Beautiful. And we get to level 7 as well by doing this. Alright, now we get to go to floor 9. I'm gonna start by going this way. Well, floor 9 is basically like the exact same floor. Here, enjoy the sound effect. I hope you enjoyed that. It's basically the exact same floor, symmetrical. But on the left side, there's attack, and on the right side, there's defense. We're gonna go to the right side first. I want to pick up exactly 1 defense. Whoops. Yeah, with the book, you can just kill him in 1 warp now, but I missed that shot, so... I want exactly this 1 defense, so now we no longer have to fight the senior mages. We have enough defense. I think the needle on this floor might be a little nerfed. This is the unreleased version. It has a couple nerfs. Mostly just removing corners, honestly. This game was made in 2025. There'd be so many vine booms. You know, I believe that, honestly. Ah, damn. I keep missing the quick kills. Alright. I'm trying to set up this save just right so that I can... Yeah. Hold and I can just go through. I gotta get at least 1 quick kill. Come on, give it to me. There we go. Get to go back up for a save. Hey. Let's see, if I hadn't picked up that defense, we would have to fight a senior mage there. Now we're gonna go back up. It's time for the first super fast battle. Now, we're gonna try to skip this first part. See if we get it. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna reset it. It's actually so much faster to get the skip that it's worth resetting for. There we go. So that skips the first part. If you do that perfectly. Normally you're supposed to wait a long time and get, you know, one shot in and then the cycle repeats and you get another shot in and then it skips to this avoidance bit. If you just go up and shoot him twice early, then you get to go straight to the avoidance. Alright, this is the really tough part of this encounter. These bullets that he shoots out are super random. I nearly just shot like one right next to me. Alright, we got it. Whew. So that super fast is really important because it guards like 9 attack. So you want to get through that as fast as possible. And here's the senior guard. And here, get your cat jams out. Oh, damn it. Hold on, I got this. Alright guys, I wasn't looking. Yeah, normally I have something to take care of that, but I actually do need my mouse for this speedrun, so I couldn't actually leave the script I have on. Ah, yeah, okay, yeah. So the whole point of this encounter is it's completely random what he's about, the senior guard's about to do. Our goal is to shoot the red keys, and then they're gonna go straight for the boss. The problem is that the red keys will destroy anything they hit in their way, causing some bullets to go out. And also if a red key hits another red key, then both break and it's really bad. Now we can do the bottom right here to get a whole bunch of XP. Yeah, we're about to head to the ending of the first the first 10 floors of this game. People would call the bad ending boss. We're trying to get a level up right before we start the boss with some bonus stats. If I've taken care of everything like I should have, then we should be getting it on the last enemy before the boss. There we go. That item there just lets you see the hidden walls I've been opening. That's how you're supposed to know where they are, but obviously I just know where they all are. Yeah, senior guard is awesome when it chooses to just not help you. I'm gonna go back down so I can take a save. We're gonna be trying to skip again here. If I don't get it, yeah, that's way too low. It's fine if I don't get it, but it's still better to get it. Yeah, I think that the way you're intended to play this game is basically use a lot of playthroughs, and eventually you get to that crystal ball and finally you see a better way of doing every floor you just did, and now you go back to the start and do it all over again. It's a very Magic Tower thing to do. Alright, hopefully we don't get screwed over. Alright. We get the red key for doing that. And we get to go on the other side. So right now we have the yellow, the green, and the blue key. The red key. We need the blue key. Once we have all 4 keys, then we can go beyond the bad ending. Alright. I was supposed to teleport out and take a save, but I kind of forgot, so hopefully this goes well. If a red key is like in a really dangerous spot, I probably won't shoot it. If you shoot any other key, then it just kind of rushes at you. Should do it. That was actually a really good senior guard fight. Alright, and now we do that, and that. And that's the level up. Alright, so this is the bad ending boss, the 3B6. It's a pretty long avoidance. And the reason we want to level up is because we don't want to reset, you know, in the middle of the avoidance if we take too many hits. So that level up that we just took actually gave us like 10 defense. So if we do get hit, which, I mean, hopefully it doesn't happen, but it is very likely to happen, we will take a lot less damage, and it is a lot better. We generally want this bubble far away from us. She's cooperating pretty well. Oh, that was nice. Yeah, this fight is 10 attacks in total. Oh, yeah, it does go on for quite a while. This is probably my favorite attack of the whole fight right here. I love the way this looks. Makes some really fun dodges. So far, so good. The third of the 3B6. I don't know any of the Toho girl names, so don't ask me. Pretty simple attack here, and then this one can get pretty tough. Lots of bullets raining down. You gotta find a safe spot. And then get ready because there's more coming. So I gotta try not to get hit by. the bullets that like spawn in a spiral. And now the 3 come together for their final 4 attacks. And this attack is entirely pattern, so I should know exactly what to do here to not get hit. There you go. I think this is like a mix of pattern and RNG, but I don't remember, honestly. It's definitely something. There's bullets to dodge, that's what I know. And so I will dodge them. Alright, last attack. There we go. I only took 1 hit, that's pretty good. Alright, so if you don't have a green key and also these 4 keys, you can't go past the bad ending, but obviously, we know what we're doing. You gotta shoot the switch. There we go. Right, so shooting the switch opens the path to floor 11, and it also opens up these 4 mini games on floor 10. So that's what we're gonna be spending the next like 20 minutes on, is doing some of these mini games, because they have very important items. And here's some fingers. So this is a mouse cursor based game. You know, I said mini games, but these mini games actually contain items that are required to progress. Which is why we're doing them. Well, we're doing 3 of them. We're not doing the 4th one, unfortunately. I quite like Echo Shift, but it doesn't actually give us anything we need. So yeah, the fingers is pretty simple. You just, you know, you just keep going. You don't get hit by anything. That's it. You just gotta go as far as you can. Obviously, it speeds up a little bit. So by the time we get to the goal that we need to, we're aiming for 1200 score. As we get closer to that goal, it's really going to start speeding up quite a lot. Whoa. Yeah, these spinnies are... Yeah, I thought that might happen. The spinnies are pretty hard to predict. They can kind of catch you off guard quite a lot. That's why we get to listen to this jammer once more. It's basically the one thing I don't want to see is those spinners. Everything else I can tackle, just not those. I guess this at high speed is also pretty rude. Basically back up to where we died. Shouldn't be much longer now. It's really going to start speeding up quite quickly. We get a lot more score. Oh, I would not be surprised if there's some nasty patterns before. Yeah, the spinner can also really catch you off guard. 1200 is what we need. And we get the charge ring. And the charge ring is pretty simple. It lets you charge your shots. Oh, damn. Alright, now we have to get everything in here and make our way out. I am not very good at these saves, so this could take a little while. Bear with me. Ah, come on. No. It's really hard to tell exactly where you're going to land because the clouds are blocking it a little bit. No! I just didn't jump high enough. Yeah, the nerfs here are also quite nice. Unfortunately, it's... the half invert I was actually pretty okay at. This is... the diagonals is the part where I suck. There we go. Hey, take the save. Now we're gonna go up through here. Oops. I gotta wake up my fingers. My fingers. Hey. Ah, close. So yeah, we're going right through this one, then we go up and go back left. At 16 pixels is really hard to judge. There we go. Beautiful. And now we're out. We got everything. Whew, okay. And now it's time for bubble stage. Here you pick up blocks and other stuff. Place them down with your mouse cursor. And make it to the end while trying to collect as many stars as possible. Alright. This specific one is really hard for me. This diagonal you have to do right here. To get that. Nice. Love getting that first try. Honestly, the minigames are like the hardest needle part of the run. That's all back to back. Here's the platform. It just kind of goes over here. A little squish diagonal to get out, no problem. I'm breezing through this pretty well. This is nice. I gotta set that water better. This is water 1. You get a pretty big jump out of it. So I'll set it low. We have to do that. My mouse sensitivity is really high, which is... No! Great for some other stuff, but... for bubble, it's kind of painful. There we go. One more water to get out. a lot of corners are gone, but I don't think the ones in bubble got removed. They might have been, actually. I'm not sure anymore. Been a while since I looked at the old version. Here we're going to be skipping our first star. We don't need to pick up every single star. We only actually want to pick up 27 total. So we get to skip 3 of them. I'm going to be setting a path up with the jump refreshers. That's probably the easiest one of them all. Here's the face. Everybody loves the face. Yeah, we're not getting the top star here. But even this middle star is pretty rough. There we go. Florida is also a really tough one. If you can place the block like really fast, then you can skip waiting here for the platform to come back, but I'm not that good. I'm not risking it either. There we go. I place the 2 water down. Place some jump refreshers on the way out. Wait for the platform cycle to line up nicely. Beautiful. We're doing pretty well. Alright. Here, place some jump refreshers to go into the middle. Gotta make sure to time that well. That one too. Block here. Water like there. And then another water here. There we go. Alright, and stage 10. Stage 10 is pretty special. It has these boots in the middle. And that's going to be our first objective here. Hopefully we can use a little bug to make this a lot easier for us. Put the platform in the wall. Grab the boots, and then we can backspace to go back to the menu, and it saves the boots. It doesn't save the stars, but the boots doesn't have the same protection. And those are the iron boots. They make it so we don't slip on ice. Will come in handy for a specific room in like 30 minutes. Now we just have to do this and pick up 2 stars. So we're going to be leaving the one on the left. There we go. Now the bonus stage. That was really fast. That was actually really good. We got a whole bunch of keys. We get some health. We get some attack. And we skip the defense. We don't need it. Back to Magic Tower, please. Alright. Now here's the side tower. This is the last of the minigames we'll be doing. Again, we're skipping Echo Shift. It's 30 very small rooms of needle in a row. And we can take up to 10 hits. I have to do this with no saves, so if we start failing later on, it's going to be very, very punishing. So if all goes well, we'll be doing this in one go. Hopefully. And these switches that we're hitting along the way open up some treasures in the bonus section at the end. Uh-oh, that's one. Intentional hit there to skip that room. Okay, that's bad. Okay, this is not good. Okay, I'm gonna take an early reset. because that was actually going very poorly. The song is, I believe, in Nang. I don't know what it's originally from. Yeah, so Side Tower is very tough, but the reward is very worth it. Probably the most iconic reward in this whole game. Okay, I'm not doing that. Yeah, I was struggling a bit when I was practicing this earlier. Yeah, this is a huge consistency check. Again, skipping this one. Okay, so far so good. It's basically a corner. That's one jump where it's a lot better to go too late than go too early. That's a really weird 2 hits to take, but okay. Last 5 floors. Oh, I even got that, wow. Beautiful. And so that is the one-time shield. Oh, well, just the shield in general. It's just a shield. And what that does is, for every enemy encounter from now on, the first hit does not remove HP. It uses the shield instead. Very good item. Now we get to take our rewards and make it out. Beautiful. That's actually a pretty good minigame split. And welcome to floor 11. Yeah, the first time anyone sees this, they're probably like, what the hell is going on? And very reasonably so. Yeah, after the giant needle rush of the minigames, what? Oh, God, I nearly died there. Well, yeah, the minigames are a giant needle rush. On floor 11, 12, and 13 are basically a giant enemy rush. Yeah, this is basically the second part of the game. The first 10 floors is part 1, this is part 2. Everything from here on out. You can tell because the song also changed in the hub. Yeah, you can see I'm using the charge shot quite a lot. You can charge it a whole bunch. It does a ton of damage. Yeah, combine that with all the other items that we have, and we're doing a lot of damage to enemies now. The bad news is the enemies are also doing a lot of damage to us. So, you know, there's upsides and there's downsides. Okay, got it. Okay, yeah, so that's the shield in action there. Again, just the first hit of every single fight, you are not protected. So to start off, we're just going to be doing a handful of enemies here. Yeah, floor 11, 12, and 13 will basically be jumping like constantly between those 3 floors as we get more attack and are able to tackle new enemies. So we're just doing a little bit of floor 11 now, and then we're going to go up, do some other floors, and then we're going to come back down and go back up and come back down. So generally, like, oh, right, I have the shield. I didn't need to reset that. Like, I gotta get used to having the shield now. Alright. Super fast one last time. So I actually don't want to do the 2 shots here. We just want to do 1 shot, and then he'll come down pretty soon and we get our second shot. Which is enough to kill him. Here's Giant Bat. This enemy got buffed in this version of the game, actually. The bats shoot projectiles now. It's also one of my favorite songs in the whole game here. Here's the true giant bat. Now we're going to be going through these doors over here. Get the Dracula. Yeah, we're basically aiming for the next level up as soon as possible here. Yeah, it's a good buff. The giant bat was kind of a pretty boring fight before. A little bit more going on now. It's also hard to tell, but Dracula in general has been sped up as well. So we're going up here as well for this Dracula. We're just trying to do a couple enemies here so we can get EXP. Because I think the next level up gives us 10 attack. It gives us something really good. It's really helpful. Maybe it's just a couple attack, I'm not sure. I think this giant bat is the last thing we need to do here for now. There's 2 songs for this giant, but both of them are awesome. Losing the shield's not good there. This section of Giant Bat is notorious for just kind of sniping you. Didn't happen, thank God. That should be everything. I believe so. Yes, okay. Move on to floor 12 now. Floor 12, as you can tell, is pretty small. Just a little plus. And there's a whole bunch of stuff on the side that we can't access. We don't know how to. Let's just defeat the giant bat and move on because we can't do anything else here. Beautiful. Here's floor 13. There's a whole bunch of stuff here. We can't really do anything, so let's just move on. Actually, that was floor 14. Go up to 13. How about we go to 13? Yeah, so this is the only way to go to floor 13. You have to go to 12 and use an upstairs wing. Oh, well, a 14 and a downstairs wing works too, but in our case, we use the upstairs. We don't have a downstairs wing anymore, so we use an upstairs wing. Now, you might be wondering what we're doing back down here. We're gonna go to the shop. This is the merchant. He sells a lot of things. The only way we can pay, though, is use our health. So we're gonna lose like 600 health in exchange for 3 dynamites. And quite a bit of EXP. So yeah, that XP is just enough to get us a level up, which gives us a good amount of damage, makes these fights a lot less painful. Normally you don't have nearly as much attack when you're doing these. And then one more over here. So now we get access to a whole bunch of new monsters thanks to that level up. Yeah, it's a really good route. It gives you... I mean, again, you really don't have to, like, struggle against any monsters. Like, stuff like the 1 damage fast, you're not doing that. These guys go down really fast thanks to all the stuff you just got. And the few dynamites we got also skip some really tough fights as well, or really long fights, rather. So now we're going to start working on 13. So floor 13 is kind of a mix between... I'm not doing that. What am I doing? I'm going the wrong way. Sorry, that path is for later. There we go. I'm supposed to be going to the top route here. You're supposed to do this. There we go. I forgot how to actually, like, play the game for a second. We have enough damage we could, like, skip everything and just go straight to this phase. Yeah, we're going to be doing, like, little tidbits. There's 2 routes you can take on floor 13, the top and the bottom. We're going to be alternating back and forth as we get more attack to go further along each route. So yeah, before the giant bat was taking 22 damage from our charge shot. Let's see how much it takes now. Oh, 50. Wonderful. Yeah, you can never really get enough defense to not fight any of those, but you can definitely get enough attack to basically skip the fight. Pick up this attack. And that's it for this. Alright, now it's time for everyone's favorite enemy. Yep, it's the Sword Master. One of the most infamous, like, enemies in this game, I think. A lot of people remember the first time they fought a Sword Master. That was close. From a little bit of the end. Yeah, you can't get caught by that. I love the Sword Master. It's such a fun fight. I threw that. I missed my last shot. I should have gone the other way. This is the only Sword Master fight that's like a really struggle. We don't have a whole lot of attack for this yet. When he does a couple of jumps in a row, it's really hard to follow. There we go. Alright, now that we got that one little bit of attack, we can use a dynamite on these guys now. You can't use the dynamite on an enemy that's impossible for you to kill. You can only use it on an enemy that you can actually do damage to, which is why we need that one attack. Now we get to go over here and pick up these lovely items, +4 attack and +4 defense. And now we're just going to go all the way back down and do another Sword Master. But now we're doing way more damage. Yeah, as you can see, a much easier fight this time around. Alright, and now back to floor 13. And I have to remember which way to go here. Alright, we're going this way. Yeah, just a wonderful little trick to get a bit of an extra boost against these guys to make these fights a lot easier. Uh-oh. Okay, got him. He was running away. When the quick jumps come out, it's hard to follow. I did not save. Hopefully that doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. I'm like right here anyways. Right, we're taking a quick route over here to get as much attack as we can before we head into the golden evil slime. It's a bit hard to dodge sometimes. These explosions have a pretty long hitbox. That's fine though, as long as you dodge it. There we go. Get to go up here and pick up this one. Now if I'm not wrong, yeah, okay, now you go to 12 and back to 13. We're gonna do our first gold slime down here. It only has Splash. What an easy monster. That was so easy. It only used Splash. Alright, now we go back to 13. We're going the other way now. That way, right. For this first time, as you do this, charge it, and it explodes. Alright, Now we're gonna go all the way through this route. Yeah, we still have to wait for the giant bat, but it is what it is. No, it just dies in one hit. Alright, another gold evil slime with an attack behind it. We have to be careful not to go past the halfway mark here. Or else something unfortunate happens. There we go. Yeah, there's not really a lot of big attack increments left in this game. For the most part, we're just going to be gathering a little bit of attack here and there to make these fights faster and faster and faster. Is that too much? Okay, that's too much. Okay, you get to see the second half of this fight. It turns into missing now. Thankfully, you can still hit it with charge shots if you time those really well. And obviously, I'm awesome, so... talking so much. I think this might be the last giant bat. I can't remember for sure, but... It's sad to see him go. I love this song so much. If you have a charge shot, you can barely hit him when he's in that. There you go, nice quick kill there as well. So now the Sword Master is kind of a bit of a pushover. That was still too much? Wow. I was trying not to go past the halfway mark. When you get a feel for it, it's not too hard to hit the missing no shots. Alright, we get to go to the ice room. Pretty tough needle room. Thankfully there's one really handy escape you can do. When you hit backspace, you warp back out. And the state of the buttons you've hit stay as they are. So you don't have to do as much backtracking as you would normally have to do. Yeah, instead of backtracking here, we can just do that. Now we make our way to the beast, the giant octopus. The one and only. Oh, come on. I'm running out of adjectives because I'm being bad at the needle. No. No. It's 2 diagonals. It can't be that hard. Oh, come on now. Enough tomfoolery. What? Come on. Alright, now, the song for this wasn't working earlier, so let me just check. Okay, yeah. It's okay, I was prepared for this, so I'm gonna start it up on the side at the same time. Wait, no, I timed it wrong. I timed it wrong. Hold on, I got this, I got this. Don't worry, everyone, I got this. It's fine, it's a little desynced, but this fight desyncs horribly very quickly anyways, so don't worry about it. Super iconic fight. This is the only fight like FASF2025 where if you get hit, you die instantly.
3, 2, 1, go!
And it's based around various Osu game modes. Yeah, this fight was built with like a specific level of PC in mind. So if you have a better PC, then it just desyncs really badly. Let's see if we can get this. This is a skip here. Alright, nice, we got it. You can just kind of go out of bounds there if you move your mouse fast enough. It's such a good song. Alright, the next Osu game mode is Taiko. I thought about doing this like with my eyes closed. I could nearly do it. Now for a little side tower. And next is the minigame that I didn't get to show off. It's Echo Shift. It's a very puzzly area where you like hit switches and they're timed. There we go. And now for Catch the Beat, because I think at the time this was made, Osu Mania didn't exist yet. Alright, now for a little bit more avoidance. And then the epic finale. Yeah, you can tell just how desynced it is. Alright, the finale can be pretty rude, so hopefully it goes nicely. These explosions can start really close to you. Okay, we had the shield, it's fine. Alright. Alright, let me get the playlist out of the way. Aww. Alright, now we can backspace out. Alright, we're gonna be taking on these evil black magicians now. There's a cool skip you can do in this fight if you have a ton of attack, but we don't quite have that much attack yet. So we have to do the old way. Pick up these books and wait for the magic cast to go out to remove the shield. Not the greatest RNG there. I'm just gonna go for it. Okay, there we go. We gotta level up right before we started that fight. We got a whole bunch of keys from that level up. Which obviously is great, but, you know, in terms of actually impacting the fights we're doing, it's not really doing a whole bunch. That's a bunch of explosions close to me. Hopefully it's fine. Okay, One of the hands got into me, but... Okay, that's fine. You really don't want to get hit by that one, because if you get hit, I think he does like 100 damage. Yeah, you really can't take that. Yeah, now we do so much damage we don't have to think too hard about that. Just go back through here so I can get the save. So after the ice room, we're now headed to the fire room on the opposite side of floor 13. The fire room doesn't have any, like, super cool bosses like Faro, but it does have a ton of stats. And we love stats. One more evil black magician. I'm surprised I dodged that. I'm being forced into some precarious dodges here. It's all good. Alright, here's Fireland. It's got an awesome hub song that you won't get to hear a whole bunch. And a whole bunch of unique enemies. The Burning Slime. The first one of the bunch. You also got the Burning Knight. If we touch the lava, we instantly take damage regardless of the shield or not, so we definitely want to avoid doing that. That's our top priority. Okay, shield there is fine. Never mind, it's not fine if I miss that. I usually do this first. Or do you do this and doesn't matter too much? Your goal is to get to the green door as fast as possible because that has the most stats. But there's some guardians in the way. You also use backspace to warp back to the start again. Do this Burning Knight over here. Alright. So now we're gonna try to head down for this very tough needle. Very short jumps here. This is definitely like the hardest bit of needle I have left, I'm pretty sure. Just if you ask me. Alright, so here's the Burning FASF. Now, the Burning FASF is a bastard. There's no other way to put it. This guy is an absolute bastard. Ruiner of many attempts. This guy does not like you. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, but this is the bit. So at the very end, when you take off all of his health, he has the burning phase, where he just throws everything everywhere. And you have to hope that none of it flies light speed right into the kid. Thankfully, that was pretty good, and that was definitely the hardest Burning FASF. Now the rest get easier, because I have a little bit more attack. It's also really hard to do damage to the Burning FASF. lot of the attacks just kind of force you to move in a specific pattern, so you can't do it a whole lot. You know, there's this thing where you really can't tell what's happening. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the attack where, like, there's the eye in the middle of the screen is definitely the best one for damage. Okay, yep. Let's hope nothing else flies into me. Yep, it flew into me. So that's why he's a bastard. The burning phase is a menace. Okay. Oh, that's not good. Okay, now I have to, like, deal with the okay, that ended quickly. Yeah, the attack continued into the burning phase. That was pretty bad. Okay, that was fine. I'm getting pretty good burning phases, thankfully. Okay, we're not gonna fight that other burning FASF. In that corridor. We don't really have to. We do have to take care of this one down here, though. Yeah, the hitbox on that attack is gigantic and it lasts forever. The hitbox on these explosions is also gigantic and lasts forever. And my shield is not gigantic and it does not last forever. I don't even know what I got hit by there. I'm not even gonna... That's not worth the attempt. I know for a fact that's hitting me. Alright, there we go. There's the next hack. It's a pretty hard attack, but if you play it well, you can definitely get a lot of damage in. Alright, the last burning phase. Alright. Very good work. Pick this up, go back up. And now we're gonna go through here for the Burning Knight. We're actually still looking for one more level up. Thankfully we don't have to do the burning fast for the EXP, but we do have to do everything else in here. There we go. Good, and we're out of the Burning Land. Alright. Time to wrap up floor 11. First up, of the 4 divas is Mr. Corazon. I don't know why he's called Corazon, but... This fight is pretty notorious. It has a really, well, a pretty tough quick kill, but still pretty doable for a lot of, like, the newcomers. Okay, that's not what I wanted. We're going to be trying to kill him before this phase ends. I'm missing too many shots, it's not happening. Yeah, I missed so many shots there. Yeah, I think for a lot of people this is their least favorite diva. It is, like, very fast. Okay, yeah. Ideally, I want the quick kill because that very, like, that spam of bullets that I just took a hit to right there is, it's very hard. We're gonna be trying the quick kill again, at least. I like getting the quick kill in this fight, so it's not my least favorite diva, but I do get the sentiment. Just a little bit more and I would have had it. And you gotta hit a lot of your shots. That's okay. Still not too bad. Yeah, the Sword Master just kind of falls over, and so do I, apparently. So we do have to clear out basically all of floor 11, except Tribole, unfortunately. We all love Tribole, but unfortunately just not that useful in the speedrun. So yeah, we're just going through all of this, really just for the XP and like the keys, I guess. We need the keys. We're gonna go down here. We'll just charge this up real quick. There you go. So I'll probably do Tribole after the run. We're genuinely clearing out everything in this room, because you have to, actually. But also, we want the XP. But yeah, there is a little secret that opens up if you clear out the 4, well, if you open the 4 yellow doors in the corners. You might be asking, like, you don't have to open up that door at all. Why are you doing it? Well, you have to. It's a requirement by the game. So that's the bottom done. Let me just charge this up real quick. There we go. I should just full charge it. So let's get this intermission. There we go. Let me just clear out the rest of this too. There we go. So yeah, you can see the secret just open up in the top right there. Because we've opened up all the brown doors. Here's Pika. Get your cat jams out. Okay, never mind. This is another fight where I'll, you know, if things don't go well, I'll absolutely take a hit. You know, ideally things go well, and we don't take a hit. We do want as much health as possible going into, you know, 4v6 and tower lead. Well, that went really close to me. Hey! What was that? Well, there goes my shield. We're gonna be staying like about here. And then like here. And now from both sides. Okay, that wasn't happening. And now in the water. With some wild screen flip dodges. What a banger. Let's try not to mess this up. I usually mess this up in some way, shape, or form. Alright, cool. Alright, and then can the ending be nice? You know, I'll take one hit. I'll take 2 hits, but I'd rather not. Thank you. Okay, I don't know why that was stuck on screen, but whatever. Just a few more enemies to go through. And the whole reason I have to do all these enemies is we need to do this level up right before we actually do Diamante. And there it is. So you really basically need every single enemy. Alright, and then we're going to try the Diamante quick kill, and if I mess it up, then, I don't know, I guess we'll see the whole fight. And this is a fight I really should have practiced more, so we'll see how it goes. What a jammer as well. Okay, I actually missed a whole bunch of shots there, so I think did I really only get 1 shot? Damn. That's fine. I just have to be creative here. 1, 2. That's fine. No, okay. Well, we'll just see the rest of the fight. Why not? Yeah, you need to do like a really precise charge shot to bypass that shield. It's such a good part of the song. It's worth missing the quick kill for, at least. Bye-bye. You know, I wasn't supposed to do all that, but we're like way ahead of time anyways. Alright, here's probably the hardest secret for me in this whole game. This is a feather secret, which is not that hard of a needle screen, but it has a couple of like really hard jumps. Just a couple. And obviously the whole thing is scrambled, so it's hard to tell what you're actually doing. Here's the last jump of save 1. Hitting that save is really hard. Here. Even when they're linked up properly, it's still hard. For me, this is definitely the hardest secret in the game. Here. No. That's fine. We got plenty of time. Well, it would be cool to have extra time to show off the stuff you don't get to see in this run, but There we go. Barely got it. Yeah, we get the fairy feather. Or the fairy plume or whatever it's called. But now we still have to make our way out. Alright, nice. Got that jump first try. That last jump of that is not easy. We also have to go back to floor 0 to open up this path over here. Still having 1,000 health here is like pretty good. This one has been going pretty well, I gotta say. Here we can't quite do the skip, but the next Evil Black Magicians we will be able to do the skip on. The funny barrier skip. There we go. There's a map over there, you can pick it up if you want. I don't need it because I know where I'm going. Back to floor 7. There's actually a secret hidden here. You need the charge shot to open it. It's time for a cat jam. Oops. Hey! I'm fumbling over here. Yeah, we just have to find a path through here while touching every single fruit. There we go. When they go fully black, they become killer fruit. A little journey back. We now have the 3 items to get the good people on our side. Back to floor 11. We do have to defeat one of these guys. When you have this much attack, it's kind of a nothing fight. No, 14. Okay, so now we're going to charge up a charge shot. Bye-bye. Yeah, with the item we got down there, we can freeze the lava now and get access to the prisoners. So first we have to go say hi to the gays. We got their rental potion or whatever the hell it's called. So we give them that and they give us I don't know, some sort of gem in return. I think it's a worthy trade. And the fairies, they want their fairy plume back. We give it to them back. We get a gem. And also the thief is here. I don't know if it's, I don't remember if it's the thief from before, if it's another thief, but he was looking for his lost treasure, which we picked up on floor 0. We gave it back. He's happy. And now we can do floor 15. Now floor 15 is like what the map is for. It tells you the path you need to take over here. But we know the path. And then here you actually need to use the Central Symmetry Flying Wing, which we picked up in Secret 2, all the way back at the start of the game. It basically, like, inverts your position based on the center of the screen. So they go from the top left to the bottom right instantly. Now we've gone the path, we open up the floor to floor 16. You know, this is getting real. The last few encounters. Try a quick kill here. Hopefully we get it. Ah, got hit. Yeah, unfortunately, the quick kill is dependent on whether or not she breaks your platform early. Well, he breaks, I don't know. That's my big shot, it's bad. That's faster to reset still. I will get this. Believe in me. Fine, we'll do the fight, whatever. No, I'm not. We're getting the quick kill. We only have to do this once. I will get this quick kill. There we go. Alright, now we can put the gem that we just got. We dynamite these two fights down there because they're really long and annoying and not speedrun viable. Back up top. Here's a destination style fight versus the Dark Summoner. I'm trying to shoot the crystal with a very specific speed here to get as much damage as possible. This is loud usually. I don't know why, but defeating that makes it super loud. That's floor 15, 16. A little bit of needle. We don't have to fight anything anymore. We're max level, so. Just quickly double jump diamond. Alright. The second to last boss. It's the 4b6. Good old Crimson style fight. My goal here is to rush green, then yellow, and then not fall off like that. What did I just say? Don't fall off. Taking some damage here is fine, but I definitely don't want to take too many. So I got Tower Lead to do. Yeah, I'll just wait a bit. I think green has one hit left. Yep. So you have to leave everything at 1 HP here, otherwise they have a really nasty effect after they die. Okay, yellow still needs one more hit. There it is. Now we can move on to red and blue. Red is super annoying, as you can see, so we take care of him very slowly. I forgot to shoot blue there, but blue's fine. Red is the super annoying one. So yeah, we're doing this super slowly now. Doing any more damage on red than this at a time is super unsafe. Even though it takes a while, this is just the way I like to do it. Better this than running into Tower Lead with like no HP, because I took 1,000 hits here. Yeah. Oh, each of them also has an effect on the arena. I think blue is making the block smaller. Red is adding this like spotlight around me. I think yellow was making the platforms faster, and green makes like these giant snowflakes drop. Everyone's at one, so we're gonna take care of them all here. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, if you kill them early, then they just constantly keep attacking forever. And I do not want to deal with that. So I don't. Alright, awesome. You can take that attack here and just kind of teleport back to floor 18. These evil black magicians, we can do that on them. Two more enemies, the armored soldiers, the final guardians before the tower lead. We do have to go pick up two more keys, these ones here. And we need them to get to Fabla, who's on the next floor. Alright, get your cat jams out. What an iconic fight coming up. The tower lead. And as the lead, he encompasses everything the tower has to offer. This is one of the greatest fights ever made, probably. Obviously, since this is the last fight, then it doesn't matter how many hits I take. That wasn't meant to illustrate my point, but whatever. But yeah, it doesn't matter how many hits we take. As long as we don't die, we're going to keep going. The medley. Everyone is here. Literally every single enemy in the game. I genuinely like this bit is so cool. There's nothing I'm gonna say. This bit is just so cool. Missed that. That's fine. With that amount of damage, I should be able to survive like another 3 hits at least. Definitely want to keep as much as possible for the finale, but we'll see what happens. That was bad. That was really bad of me. Whoa, God. Okay, well, I can only take one more hit now. That was a pretty bad spread of enemies there. Yeah, if we have to do it twice, we have to do it twice, you know? It's... Oh no, I have to fight Tower Lead twice. Oh, man. It would be a little embarrassing. I do have, like, a lot of HP. Like, way more than I normally do. This run did go very well. In. Out. In. I think people usually use the focus mode here to go through it. I just like to tap it. The 4 great enemies. Having to do final with only 1 hit is not easy, but we'll see what happens. The memories. And here's the tower lead. You want to try not to go down, you want to try to go up instead of down. I gotta pull some dodges here, so. Aw. That was well timed to the music, at least. It was really well timed to the music, that death. Yeah, I took too many hits earlier on, and that was not a good spread. That's fine, we just go again. Aw, man, I have to listen to this music again? Oh no! That's such a cool boss, it doesn't matter if we do it again. There we go. Alright, I got through the intro without getting hit. Now this is the run. I'm not very good at that section. Hopefully the toughest bit for me in the entirety of this. What? Normally it, like, waits a lot longer before it goes. Alright, good spread. Okay, that spawned on me. Come on, man. Come on, man. Alright, that's fine. Surely I can make it. This time. The four enemies that you see at that bit are... There's a lot of possibilities before you get a random. Some of them are a lot nastier than others. You just gotta react to it as fast as possible. Oh my god. I didn't know where to go. Alright, well, I'll just hitless the final instead. How about that? We couldn't do it with one hit, so let's do it with 0 hits instead. Yeah, no, that wasn't happening. Alright, come on. I need to have a bit of extra time so I can show Tribole. I'm not gonna reset. That's a bad first hit, though. So I accidentally turned on caps lock there. Alright, just do this hit list and then we're fine. Okay. Alright, this is the one. Yeah, I feel it, I feel it, I feel it. We gotta get this show on the road. Alright, alright.
Heed my call.
No problem. There we go. There we go. I don't know how to do this. Yeah, that's one that's like actually hard to learn. Nice. Swordmaster always does the same thing there. Although the jumps he does are a little random, but he'll always use the whirly twirly, as I like to call it. This is huge HP. Our HP stocks are out of this world. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. There we go. Our HP stocks are out of this world. Bow down. Bow down. This is it, Luigi. Yeah, of course I get amazing RNG there too. No HP loss at all. That was super easy. Use up all our keys, open up the final doors. And now they come to our help. The 4 prisoners. To open up the path to the true final boss. But first, we must climb the tower. And surprisingly enough, this also got hit with a couple nerfs. If I can even get to the nerfs, that'd be great. So no more diagonal there. And this whole ending is like way easier. Okay, yeah. Ignore, ignore, ignore. There we go. This version has a couple bugs here for some reason. Time. And a gulp. Wonderful. And so that is Magic Tower game, everybody. But I have like 15 minutes before we have to go to the next round, so I'm presuming I'm going to be showing off some stuff here. Why is the stream at 720p? Hold on, we can fix that. I need to look better on the Twitch stream. There we go. Alright. Everybody wants it. Let's go Triboli. Of course, I didn't ask if anyone actually wanted this, but I know everyone wants Triboli. We'll jump here, go through that. Go down. Back into the middle. Alright, we're gonna sit here and try to keep an eye on anything coming my way like that. Yep, yep. Okay, well, I can see those. Move to the other side. That's a lot of bullets. Here we have to go to the middle right here. Okay, that was just a wall of bullets again. Okay, I could have done that better. That was pattern. Okay, from here I'm like kind of iffy on the pattern, so we'll see what happens. Okay, I was way too far from the middle. Let's try to make our way to the other side without getting spawn killed. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. What a fight. But yeah, unfortunately, a reward for doing that is just a little defense upgrade. Defense upgrades at this point of the game are just meaningless, honestly. Even 15 defense really just doesn't do much. I think next I'll show off Secret 3 after I answer this text. There we go. Taisa is in this version, yes. Right, so through here. I don't know if I can do enough of Secret 3 in time, but I'll try. Open up the 4 key doors. Hello, Fairy Iggsy. Open up the door for me. Here's Secret 3. Okay, this is A. So the way this works is you can kind of set up, teleport spots, and then you can warp to them either by the timer running out or by pressing a key. You can put as many of these on as you want, so you can do this kind of stuff. So it becomes pretty juggly puzzles, I suppose. You're just juggling a bunch of kids. I don't know why I didn't just go down the other way, but whatever. So yeah, here, I'm just leaving a kid on that button to refresh it so the door stays open. Oh man. Come on now. There we go. I think I have to do the first 5 levels before we can get to Taisa. Alright, now the bubbles are being introduced as well. Here you start by doing this. The bubbles, you just shoot them, you go to their location. Wait, I don't know, why am I even doing this? Right, okay, I forgot what I was supposed to do there. Again, this gets really confusing really fast. There we go. You can barely hit that bubble at the beginning. Alright, and then this is the fog. You cannot manually teleport to your teleports. Basically, like I'm like teleporting before the timer. You can't do that in the fog. You also can't set down a teleport. This is where they get really tough. Oh, I missed. Yeah. I have to try to like hit that button right before the timer runs out. Once I make it to the gem, then it's all fine, but up until I make it there, this is just some tough platforming. Man. There we go. Alright. Oh, that's actually 4. You only do 4, and then you, Hello, Fapple. You get 1 try, because Fapple, I think, does like 600 damage to me, so... I'm giving this 1 try, and, we'll see how far I get. Of course, you do have dot hitbox, and you still have the shield as well. Normally, I prefer doing this with the green shield, which you can get from secret challenges that you can do after doing the gay ending. I should show off the gay ending after this as well. I don't even remember what happens now in this fight. Alright, everything. That's what happens, is everything. This is going remarkably well. And you get the same sword. You do more damage. What do you mean Fapple clear? Dude, I don't even know how to get out of here. Oh, wait, no, that's... I think you have to do 5 to get out. Yeah, so sorry guys, let me just get my quick Fapple clear in. Yeah, now you have to start juggling between 3. I don't know where Ghost is to cut me off, but... I'm sure it'll come in soon. I was supposed to put 1 more down. How do I get out? Yo, if anybody remembers how to warp out of here. Oh wait, I can just warp. That was stupid. Alright, well, we're about to hit the 3 hours, so I think I know what to do here. No words needed. Welcome to the Grand Gay family. That went longer than I thought. Oh man, that killed my bitrate too. Alright, well. I think with the gay ending, all I have to do is say thank you for watching. That was actually a really good run. If you exclude the fact that I died like twice at the end of Tower Lead, I was very happy with that. Got to also do Fabla, which... Huh? That wasn't... Nobody was expecting that. That's basically all of Magic. The only thing I didn't show off of Magic Tower is the rest of Secret 3 and also Echo Shift. But Echo Shift is... I don't know. I don't remember how to do Echo Shift, so I can't show it off. I'm like one of the very few Echo Shift enjoyers out there. I really should practice it more. But that is really everything there is to do in Magic Tower game. Magic Tower Game 2 coming out. Well, sort of already out. But more of it coming out. Thank you everybody for having me. Look forward to the rest of Fangame Summer Feast. I'll be back at the start of day 3. And I'll also be closing out day 5. So you'll be seeing me very spread out throughout the marathon. What an iconic ending. Iconic ending. Oh yeah, there's score in I forgot about this. There's score in this game. So depending on how far you've gone in the story, the achievements you've obtained, and the items you have. Hey, not bad. Then the kid becomes a grand big gay. Yeah, and what that shows you is that there's actually I gotta sneeze, hold on. Sorry about that. There's actually a secret passage down here. Yeah, you gotta enter like the password, which is like it's I don't remember the password, but what that unlocks is like a room where you can fight past enemies. I mean, Ghost hasn't come in to cut me off. I don't know where he is, but here, I'll show off the sleep ending. Yeah, so when you pick up the princess, you don't have your double jump anymore. So you can actually make it all the way back down to floor 1, floor 0 even. But we'll choose to just jump out the window. And the fairies will help us glide down the tower, and nothing bad will ever happen. Oh, I forgot about this song. What a song! Also, shoutouts to this game having like 5 different logos. There are the fairies helping me and the princess down. Canonically, the princess is like way heavier than the kid. But we forgot a little something. A threat remains. The tower is not complete. Evil has sensed us. And so we fall. Man, this tower is long. I thought it was only 20 floors. Yeah, these are the last credits of the game, per se, because the true final boss was never finished. I do love how it's canonically just Secret 3, even though it's so far after Secret 1 and 2. The journey. All the enemies we fought. Well, I guess we haven't fought 2 of them. We didn't do the last 2 dark enemies. I think the credits will play out and then Ghost will probably transition us over to the next run. Nang with a... Who's running Nang, actually? It's a race, right? It's a bad ending. Big race, Gemi's here. Sumaru Cannon, Beast, all big needle players, so... We're sticking around. This is definitely going to be... I mean, FASF has so many cool runs every year or so. Definitely worth sticking around. Oh yeah, and there's the layout. And this song just keeps going. It's true. What a good song. And unfortunately, the tower runs out. The kid and the princess made their match and perish at the bottom. And it was all for nothing, because true evil remains. The princess is warped back. The tower lead is reborn. And all of the monsters come back. No. Yeah, we got a bit more score because we went further in the story. Alright, that's Magic Tower game. Thanks for having me. Take it over, Ghost.